Stop listening to your NCOs and commanders. I know that sounds wild, maybe even disrespectful, but stay with me, I will explain. Before you lose your mind in the comments, let me explain exactly what I mean. Because the same people telling you to trust the process, to just do your time, and to stay focused on the mission are the same ones who are broke, divorced, or stuck at ISIS after 15 years. They will teach you how to march, but not how to move. They will teach you how to salute, but not how to stack. They will drill discipline into you for the uniform, but never show you how to use that discipline for your future. And that is the real problem. You can follow others in uniform and still think for yourself about your life, because your chain of commands mission is readiness. Your mission should be freedom. And those two are not the same thing. See, I'm not telling you to disrespect rank. I'm telling you to recognize its limits. The military was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to make you ready. Ready to fight, ready to deploy, ready to serve. But nobody ever taught us how to be ready for life after the gate. When you are young and new, you think the people above you know everything. You think your NCOs have the map. They are the example of what success looks like. Then, a few years in, you start noticing things. The same NCO who tells you to not chase money is living paycheck to paycheck. The same sergeant who lectures you about responsibility is on his third divorce. The same officer who tells you to plan ahead still has not figured out what to do after retirement. And you realize, wait a second, these people are teaching me how to survive in the system, not how to use it. That is the moment everything starts to change. For me, that realization started with one simple thing: personal finance. That was the light bulb moment. I was still active duty, still doing everything by the book. PT in the morning, work call, endless briefings. And one day, I stumbled into a YouTube video about compound interest. That was it. Just a basic personal finance video. And it broke my brain because I realized nobody had ever explained money like that before to me. Not my NCOs, not my commanders, not even the mandatory financial briefings. They taught us how to fill out a leave form, not how to read a pay stub. They taught us how to maintain our gear, not how to maintain credit. They taught us how to plan missions, not how to plan wealth. That night, I went down a rabbit hole. TSP, Rough IRA, VA benefit, SkillBridge, tuition assistance. It felt like I had found the cheat codes to the military that nobody wanted to talk about. And here is the crazy part. Everything I was learning was already available to every single service member, but nobody was teaching it because the culture does not reward it. The culture rewards obedience, not optimization. That is when I realized the military is two different games. Game one, follow orders, stay square away, get promoted, keep the machine running. Game two, learn the system, use the benefits, set yourself up, and leave the machine on your own terms. Most people never make it to game two. I remember bringing up the TSP one day in the office. I asked one of my sergeants if he contributed. He laughed and said, "Man, that thing is a scam. I'm just trying to get my next strike." He had no idea that his civilian retirement was already slipping away. And I thought, how many of us are wasting the best years of our life listening to people who stopped learning years ago? The truth is, your chain of command exists to keep you operational, not successful. They are not evil. They are not lazy. They are just focused on the mission, readiness. But your mission should be different. Your mission should be freedom, financial freedom, mental freedom, family freedom, because when you ETS, those stripes do not come with you. You can have them on your picture, of course. That rank disappears the second you take off the uniform. What stays with you are your habits, your mindset, and your benefits. That is what matters. I used to think loyalty alone will lead to success. Show up on time, do the job, trust the system, but waiting does not build wealth. Following others does not create options. Obedience does not equal ownership. So I started studying, not for promotion boards, for life. I learned about how VA disability actually works, how SkillBridge can buy you 6 months of freedom before you separate, how the GI Bill can pay for school for you, your spouse, and even your kids, how the VA home loan can put you in a house with no down payment. And the deeper I learned, the more angry I got. Not at the system, but how little anyone around me knew. Because it was not hidden, it was just ignored, buried under hurry up and wait, lost in the noise of just do your job. And when I started applying what I learned, my whole reality flipped. Today, I receive $4,544 a month tax-free in VA benefits. That is not to brag. That is proof. Proof that knowledge pays. Proof that using the system beats complaining about it. And I have not even used my VA home loan yet because I don't take loan. That is a 6-figure advantage sitting on standby because I took the time to learn. Meanwhile, some of the same leaders who once told me don't chase disability are still renting apartments, still working jobs they hate, still waiting for someone to save them. You ever notice how the loudest NCOs are usually the ones struggling the most outside of the uniform? The ones always yelling about standards but cannot meet the standard of stability in their own lives. Ask them about benefit. They will say, you will figure out that later. Ask them about investment. They will say, that is not my lane. Ask them about SkillBridge. They will say, we don't have time for that. But what they are really saying is, I never learned and I don't want you to outgrow me. And that is the harsh truth most people do not want to admit. A lot of leaders do not actually want you to pass them. They want you to follow the path, even if that path ends in regret. Because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. So stop letting people who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. Respect the uniform, but take ownership of your direction. Because the US military biggest lie is that doing your job is enough. It is not. Doing your job keeps the lights on. Learning the system builds the life you want once those lights turn off. The US military will train you how to fight wars, but it is on you to learn how to win one, the war for your future. Now, let's be real. There's a reason most people never do this. Thinking for yourself in the military feels risky. We are trained from day one to obey. Basic training teaches conformity, not creativity. They strip your individuality to build uniformity. And that is necessary for combat. It saves lives. Let's be real. But when you carry that same mindset into civilian life, it kills potential. You get out, still waiting for someone to tell you what to do, still looking for approval, still measuring success by rank instead of result. That is why so many veterans feel lost. Not because they failed the system, but because they never learned to operate without it. So when I say stop listening to your NCOs and commanders, I mean stop outsourcing your future to people who stop caring about theirs. Take your orders at work, but outside of work, start giving yourself some. Order yourself to learn. Order yourself to invest. Order yourself to prepare for separation years before it happens. Because readiness is not just about deployments. It is about decisions, financial readiness, educational readiness, family readiness, mental readiness. The day you understand that is the day you stop being a follower and start becoming a strategist. The US military made me disciplined, but personal finance made me dangerous in the best way. Because once you understand how money works, you see how the entire system works. You start realizing how much value the government actually gives you and how few people take advantage of it. Most people think VA disability is just a check. They do not realize it is also a gateway to tax-free income, health coverage, and long-term financial leverage. They think SkillBridge is just free time before ETS. They do not realize it is paid time to build your next career. They think the GI Bill is just for school. They do not realize it can fund generational education. Once I saw that, I made a decision. I will never let ignorance cost me another dollar. And I mean ignorance literally, not stupidity, just not knowing. Because the system rewards the informed. Let me tell you how wild it gets once you understand the rules. I met a guy who used his GI Bill for flight school, got certified, and now flies private jets. Another used SkillBridge to work for a tech company, got hired full-time, and doubled his military pay on day one. Another learned how to file his VA claim properly, hit 100%, and now lives completely tax-free while running a small business on the side. None of them broke rules. They just played smarter. That is the difference between obedience and intelligence. Obedience says, do what they say. Intelligence says, understand why they say it and decide for yourself. When I finally got that, I stopped waiting for permission. I stopped asking if I was allowed to learn about money or invest or plan my exit. I realized that the same system that trains you to follow others also gives you access to the most powerful benefits in America. You just have to read the fine print. And here is what happens when you start doing that. People notice. Some will cheer for you. Some will question you. Some will try to pull you back into the comfort zone. But you cannot shrink to make others comfortable. Because the second you do that, you lose the advantage you work for. I had soldiers ask me, why are you always reading about benefits? You think you are better than everyone? Can you imagine that, asking me that? No, I just think I deserve better than being uninformed. And so do you. The truth is, the military gives you structure, but it does not give you strategy. Structure without strategy leads to stagnation. And that is where most people live. Structure but stuck. You have got to bring the strategy. You have got to be your own commander. When I look back now, I realize that every major win in my life came from breaking the unwritten rules. The rule that say, don't talk about money. The rule that says, don't question leadership. The rule that says, just wait your turn. Every time I broke one of those, my life leveled up. Because the people telling you to wait your turn usually do not even know what they are waiting for. The US military runs on tradition, but tradition does not pay bills. Last time I checked, tradition does not build wealth. Tradition does not send your kids to college for free. Understanding the system does. So here is my advice to you. Respect the tradition, but study the transaction. Because that is where the power is. You can be the most loyal soldier in the world and still end up broke if you never learn how the system pays. And you can be a problem child in the eyes of leadership and still end up free if you play the game right. When I started focusing on that second game, everything changed. My stress went down. My savings went up. I stopped living for Fridays and started planning for freedom. And all it took was one mindset shift from following the system to mastering it. And that is really the entire point of this video. Not rebellion, not disrespect, awakening. Because the US military is filled with good people following outdated advice. They mean well, but meaning well does not equal doing well. And if you do not learn to separate the two, you will end up loyal but lost. I remember sitting in the barracks one payday, watching everyone blow the checks on cars, clothes, and weekends out. I had just finished reading about compound interest again. I opened a Roth IRA with 100. It felt small, almost pointless, but I knew it was symbolic. That tiny decision said, I am not going to be another whatever with nothing to show. That was the moment I stopped being a follower and started being an investor. From that point on, every new discovery felt like uncovering hidden treasure. I learned how to claim disability properly. I learned how to request a copy of medical record, every medical record. I learned how to use tuition assistance while still in. I learned how to position for SkillBridge so I could leave active duty already working in the civilian world. And none of it came from leadership. It came from self-education. I realized the government gives you the map. The problem is nobody teaches you how to read it. And when you start to read it, people will notice the shift. They will say, you have changed. Good. You are supposed to. Because you cannot build a new life with an old mindset. The funny thing is, once I separated, some of the same leaders who used to clown me for doing too much started asking questions. How did you do this? How did you do that? How did you get 100%? What is that SkillBridge thing again? Bro, can you help me with my claim? And I always help them. Because this is not about proving anyone wrong. It is about proving what is possible. Here is the deeper truth. The US military does not owe you success. It owes you opportunity. And opportunity only matters if you recognize it. Otherwise, it expires. There are thousands of veterans right now who served honorably, did everything right, and are still struggling because they never learned the rules of the real game. They gave the system loyalty, but never got leverage. And that is why I created Military Skool. Because I'm tired of watching good people waste potential because nobody ever pulled them aside and said, hey, here is how the benefits actually work. Here is how you play it smart. Let me break this down in plain language. The chain of command mission is to keep you deployable. Your mission should be to become undependable, meaning financially independent, mentally independent, free to choose. Their job is readiness. Your job is exit strategy. Because one day you are going to hand in that CAC card. And when that day comes, the rank on your chest will not matter. The only thing that will matter is what you build behind the scenes, while everyone else was trusting the process. The real war is not overseas anymore. It is internal. It is between ignorance and freedom, between obedience and ownership, between surviving and stacking. I chose stacking knowledge, stacking assets, stacking benefits. And that decision changed my life. If I had listened to every piece of advice from a chain of command, I would still be renting a room somewhere, scrolling online, wondering why life feels stuck. But because I learned the system, I now receive $4,500-ish a month tax-free for life. I have the VA loan waiting if I want to use them, but I don't take loan. I have the education benefit lineup. I have the freedom to choose what I work on, where I live, and how I spend my time. And that is not luck. That is literacy. You want to know what real power feels like? It is not a salute. It is not a strike. It is waking up on the first of the month knowing the system is working for you, not the other way around. That is why I will never stop saying it. Stop listening to broke advice from people who stopped dreaming 10 years ago. Take your orders at work, but be your own commander in life. Because the rank they give you in the military disappears, but knowledge you gain lasts forever. Respect leadership, but lead yourself. Serve your country, but also serve your future. Be grateful for the system, but master it while you are in it. Because if you do not, you will end up like most veterans, looking back saying, man, I wish I knew. You don't have to wish. You can learn now. When I talk to younger troops today, I always tell them, the goal is not to escape the military. It is to extract from it. Extract the training, extract the discipline, extract the benefit, and then build something better with it. Because the system is not your enemy. Ignorance is. You can be inside the same structure as everyone else and still win if you play differently. That is what military school is about. It is about playing the game the smart way, learning the benefits while you serve, not after you struggle. And that is why this video will make some people uncomfortable, because deep down, they know it is true. They know they have been giving advice to people they never practiced. They know they have been following traditions that never paid them. And hearing someone say it out loud forces them to face it. But this is not about guilt. It is about growth. It is about saying the next generation does not have to repeat the same mistakes. So if you are watching this, let this be your wake-up call. No one is coming to save you. Not your commander, not your first sergeant, not the VA rep on base. You have to save yourself. And the good news is you can, because every benefit, every program, every opportunity is just sitting there waiting for the person who actually takes the time to learn it. That is all it takes. Curiosity, initiative, and follow through. The same traits the military trained into you. Just point it in a new direction. When you turn that obedience into ownership, everything changes. You start seeing the system as a toolkit instead of a trap. You stop complaining about what is wrong and start using what is right. You stop asking for permission and start creating options. And that is when the real freedom begins. Here is what I want you to remember. Loyalty is good, but strategy wins wars. The military gave you the discipline. Now use that discipline to build something for yourself. Because the goal was never to serve forever. The goal was to serve smart enough that you never have to struggle again. So study your benefits, file your claims, mass your TSP, use your tuition assistance, claim your SkillBridge early, talk to other veterans who did it, join Military Skool on school.com, because the people who actually learned the system are living proof it works. You can either spend the next 10 years waiting for others or the next 6 months learning how to never need them again. That is the choice. Obedience or ownership, process or progress, rank or result. And the day you pick results, your entire life changes. So the next time someone tells you, just focus on the mission, remember this: the mission ends, the benefits last. Do not let the comfort become your ceiling. Stop listening to your NCOs and commanders and start listening to your future self. Because 10 years from now, he's either going to thank you or resent you. And the difference between the two will come down to one thing. Did you learn the system or did you let the system use you? If you are serious about learning the path they don't teach you, how to use the benefit, how to start VA claim, how to plan your exit while you are still in the uniform, join my school community, Military Skool on school.com. Because over there, we do not complain about the system. We master it. And once you learn to master it, nobody, no commander, no NCO, no system can ever control you again. That is the message. That is the mission. And that is the freedom they cannot take away. If this video helped you, please like the video, share it with everyone that you know, subscribe to my channel to give me a push. Thank you so much for listening to the end. Watch this video that YouTube thinks will be helpful to you next. Peace. I'm gone.